So finally, guys, I get to review probably my most anticipated film of the year. I've watched all them James Bond films, and I, finally watched the most recent film, which is Skyfall. I'll be reviewing Skyfall for you guys today. So obviously it stars Daniel Craig as his third outing as James Bond, Judi Dench as M, Javier Bardem is the villain in this. He plays Silva, I believe his name is. Berenice Marlowe, who's not actually in it for that long, and you've got Eve, played by Naomi Harris, and Ralph Fiennes as Mallory, and also Albert Finney. So we've got a really good cast written by Sam Mendes, who did Jarhead, Road to Perdition, and stuff like that. And American Beauty. So basic plot is at the beginning of the trailer. This is not going to contain any spoilers because I don't want to spoil this film for you. It's got some really good twists and turns, so yeah, that's why I wouldn't really want to spoil it for you guys. Also, I don't do spoilers in my reviews. So essentially, at the beginning, as you can see in the trailers, you think James Bond is just not really being an agent. He's just kind of living his own life and stuff, and he's just kind of like, playing dead pretty much. And then he comes back to the field, and he's got a mission to get this guy called Silva, I believe his name is. Basically, there's like this hard drive that's got all the terrorist organisations from MI6, and he's trying to get it back. And this guy called Silva, played by Javier Bardem, one of his employees has got it, so he has to try and get it. And yeah, that's pretty much the story. Now, what did I think of this film? Right off, I can say it was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Such an amazing film. I would definitely say it's one of the best Bonds. The opening action scene with the train and the Istanbul, with when they're going through all the with the bikes through Istanbul, was just immense. Also, a lot of scenery, like Taken 2. It was a lot like Taken 2 when they were filming, especially on the bikes and the houses. That was is that a popular film location or something? Because two massive blockbusters filmed there. So yeah, Ralph Fiennes is good as Mallory, as first ever James Bond movie. Judi Dench, yeah, she's good. Eve, played by Naomi Harris, yeah, decent. Nothing really much to say about her. Berenice Marlowe is beautiful, but she actually isn't in it that long. I'm not going to say what happens to her. And Javier Bardem, oh my god, that guy. Such a good actor, plays the best villains, like No Country for Old Men, has them weird hairstyles, so good. And Daniel Craig is just becoming one of my favourite Bonds. I mean, Connery, Moore, and Craig, definitive Bonds. Brosnan, maybe. Dalton, he needed to do more Bonds, he only did 2. That's the guy that should have done more James Bonds. Lazenby only did 1, so he can't really, even though his one was probably one of my favourite Bond films. Phenomenal movie, absolutely amazing. I love this. I'm getting this on Blu-ray the day it comes out. I loved everything about it. It was just a perfect 23rd instalment of the 50 years of Bond. It was quite long actually, 2 hours and a half, but it was pretty good, and especially the tube parts, when Javier Bardem and Daniel Craig are running through the tube. And Daniel Craig's trying to get Javier Bardem, who's disguising as a policeman. Really good scenes. And also, I just remembered Ben Whishaw. So, is the new Q, Desmond Llewellyn, or whatever the fuck his name is. I really can't say his second name. Who was the Q from Russia with Love all the way to The World Is Not Enough. And most people think he died of old age. He didn't actually. He died in a car crash. So yeah, but if you see him in World Is Not Enough, you can't really understand what he's saying. He was just really old, and he quit basically in The World's Not Enough, and that was one of the best movie exits to a series. Ben Whishaw is just going to be a great quartermaster. I mean, this isn't all gadgets in From Russia with Love and Goldfinger, when he's got all the gadgets and all the new cars and all that. He's more of a cyber kind of gadget master, and he just does it all over the internet, HTML hacking and all that. And tracking devices and everything. Great action, phenomenal film. Watch this, absolutely 10 out of 10. I was more than satisfied with this film. Great way to celebrate 50 years of probably the greatest action movie series of all time. Skyfall. It's in cinemas now. Watch it. Thanks for watching, guys.